Yes. All BDS, EAMS, whatever. But he argued on medicine, therefore I am giving medicine.
This was when he arrived
I wanted to show, can we come to page 30? Page 30. They are at 51502, because that is the city code. Bihar, Patna, the sixth from below. Their success rate is 5.53 this year. But see, what the earlier success rate? It has remained consistent. 2 or 3% plus or minus is everywhere. And obviously, it would depend upon the caliber of each batch, the examination, etc. Please see, yes. Yes, the 22 it was 8.9, 23 it became 7.74, and this year it is 5.53. Now please come to 32, Hazaribagh, fourth from top. Page 32, fourth from top, and this year 4.61. And I'll also show Belgavi, where one of the students is stated to have failed. Shifted to Belgavi, page 39. The impression one gets is that she shifted all the way from Gujarat to Belgavi, because Belgavi there was a huge potential for some mass copying or something. Please come to 39. Karnataka, Belgavi, Belgaum. The success rate is 2.5%. Seventh from the bottom.
Success rate is 3.9 for it.
Yes. So one would not go from Gujarat to Belgaum. Maybe some personal reason I have not examined. But their success rate is 2.05. Nobody would go at a center. Similar losses in the annexure B, that percentile, this Bihar and Jharkhand is up to page 17. 17. But this is, I am showing percentile, those who are above 12 lakhs. 191. Bihar is at, this is negative, so it's ranked at 191. 191, serial number 191, Parasite. Bihar, Patna, so many students appeared, so many is cleared, so many became eligible, means more than 164, 49.22. Similarly, if you also permit me to show the next page, Jharkhand Hazaribagh 216. It is 47.68. Yes, page 17.
Page 17, right?
17 is Jharkhand Hazaribagh. 18. Page 17, sorry, Patna, Bihar, page 17. And your losses would find the average. Next is, above that is Punjab, 49.23. Below that is Chhattisgarh, 41. Gujarat, 49.10. Jharkhand, 49.07. They are in that bracket. They are not in the highest bracket of 80 plus. Then next page, serial number 216, Jharkhand Hazaribagh. Their success rate in the sense of
47.3.
46.6 or 47.68. That is, they are above 160. Now, not having shown this in extreme B and C, but please come to page 48. The cities which were mentioned before your lordships,
48.
what your lordships have seen up till now is city-wise. Now the cities which were placed for your lordships consideration without any evidence or even convincing material on that. That's first is state. We can ignore that column because it is Rajasthan. City is Sikar. Fourth column is the center, Gurukul International School. Total 715 students appeared in this center. Rank within first 56,000 is 101 students. The success ratio is 14.13 and rank within 10 lakh 80,000 1 lakh 88,000 is 152. Their success rate is 21.26%. But this is again without considering the reservation. If we count the reservation, it would be perhaps around half, subject to this 101 or 1. We have some candidates who are entitled to the benefit of reservation. Similarly, next is Polkaji Shikshan Sansthan. Success rate is 20.9.
Totally in Sikar, 56,000, how many students and how many percent?
But percentage center-wise is on the last column. Total, your lordship, is page 28. Your lordships have seen page 28. The success rate is 19.22.
It is 19.22.
But please see about the previous year, 19.19.
Total is 11.99 and 19.22.
Your lordships are at page?
So 11.99% in the first 56,000 government seats.
Yes.
And 19.22 in the 52,000 seats.
In 1,08,000.
So that is 1,08,000.
Yes. But your lordships asked me the total in Sikar city. That is at page 28, your lordships have seen.
Right, that I saw it.
It is 19.22. Last year it was 19.19. Slight increase. And in 2022, it was 24.0. So it has decreased year by year. I'm giving everything, Mr. Hegde.
Right. This year, 27,216 students are paid.
52. That's exactly what
People in the 56,000 were 3,262, which is 11.99%.
Will be
and
with
the total 1,08,000, 5,232.
32.
About 19%.
So about 19.22%. page 48 onwards, Sikar, if your lordship sees the success ratio center-wise, it is between 18 to 22. Sometimes it dips. See, my lord, it is 21.26, 20.98, 22.31, etc. My lord. It dips at serial number 20. There it is 8.86%. It has never seen any unusual.
Page 53 we have quota.
Yes. Similar, my lords. Quota, my lord, after the results, there was an article, my lord, recently in one of the leading newspapers that after the results in quota, the land prices or property prices in Sikar have gone up. Not that students or parents buy property. People buy property for being rented or for using it as a PG, because quota is now not doing well as compared to Sikar. That's not that that's my argument. Just as a, it was yesterday only this article came. Now, Lord, I'll just take the example of first. Quota, Lal Bahadur Shastri, 476 appeared, rank within first 56,028. And I'm not counting, Lord, the reserve categories. I'm counting everything to be open, just to show to your lordships that there is no marked spike which can lead to any conclusion. And it has remained constant, my lord, since last 3 years, with variation of plus minus 2 to 3%. And success ratio is 5.88%. And rank within 1,88,000 is 52, and success ratio is 10.92. And if your lordship sees the last column, success ratio in each of the centers, it remained almost consistent. My lords are on some page, I think. I'm sorry. Similar is Kottayam at page 56. These are all high-ranking centers. But I'm not wasting your lordship's time.
Yes, now, what is the next thing that you want to do?
Rajkot, if your lordships can see.
Rajkot is about 5.22% and 10.7%.
Yes, my lord, as a matter of fact, the first 56,000, it is, my lord, 3%, 1%, 4.21%. Yes. So average is, my lord, 5.22. and 10.77%. Now, your Lordships, my lord, kindly come to page 8 of this submission notes.
Page 8.
Yes. Lord, there was the opening of the window. Lord, first of all, we received several representations by mail, emails, that we are unable to log in or we are unable to register ourselves because of some technical glitches, etc. But eventually, when we open the window for some time, it results into more number of candidates being given an opportunity to compete. That does not lead to any inference even remotely of any wrongdoing. But what was not pointed out to your lordship is, out of total 23 lakhs 50,000 odd students, those who changed, those who used this window for the purpose of changing their center are 14,000. 14,546 out of approximately 24 lakhs, but 14,000 applied for change of city. The rest of them were unable to register themselves and therefore they registered themselves. Now, what will be the impact of this 14,000? We have also examined. 14,000 as compared to 24 lakhs is a minuscule amount, figure. But if they go for the purpose of any undue or illegal benefit to a new center, we have done that exercise at page 8. Correction window allowing change of exam cities, 14,546 applied for change. These 14,000 candidates are distributed amongst 4020 centers in 557 cities. Lord, if there is a possibility of one center or one city offering some illegal reward, it would be the concentration on those city or cities. But these, out of 14,000, they are distributed among 4020 centers and 557 cities throughout the country. Maybe their personal reasons, but whatever, my lord, we cannot examine those questions, my lord. We are dealing with 24 lakh students. So why they are wanting to shift, we can't go into, and we need not go into the reasons.
You, you ask these, or that they furnish documents, such as the Aadhaar card. Otherwise, suppose a student suddenly, student who is, say, already originally, registered at
Next, please.
Jessica, because a student has been pursuing a 15 class there. Otherwise, when a student, say, applies for a change, you ask for any documentation or any reasons for the change?
My lord, to my knowledge, no.
Or it is entirely, you can change, you can opt for any center in the country.
Any center in the country, that's the choice. And any city, not center is not the choice.
Center is allocated.
City is the choice, and we respect that choice. And we don't sit in appeal over whether your request for change is justifiable or not.
This request came at one point of time, Mr. Mehta.
It was.
Into the request only for one day or
No, my lord. Please come to page 7.
between which date to which date?
18th March to 20th March and 11th March to 12th March. 11th April to 12th April. I have mentioned those dates.
city is also a choice of city is regardless of your domicile, and therefore change is also
I
permitted.
can, for the reason, Manoj, my domicile can be XYZ, but I am in Kota, or I'm studying since last 1 year, 2 years in Sikkim. And I may not have any identity, any residential proof or proof of my domicile. Transfer of government officers, parents are transferred, etc., etc. These are there can be very varied reasons. But in absence of any spike, that because of the shift or transfer was to 2 or 3 centers only, where there was a sudden spike. But mere change of city may not lead to any cross-country manipulation. And therefore, we have said that out of 14,000 students who, for their own reasons, which we have not examined, sought transfers and were granted, their success rate is 6.46%. And they were transferred throughout the country. 557 cities.
Thirty-three students came to Hazaribagh. 637 came to Patna.
Yes.
And 24 came to Godhra.
Correct, Manoj. And Godhra, the performance is nobody is getting admission.
Out of 33 who appeared from Hazaribagh, only one candidate scored more than 620.
622. The success rate is 3%. Out of 637 candidates who appeared in Patna, only 35 scored more than 577, corresponding to 1 lakh mark. That also without considering the reservation. Otherwise, this figure of 35 will come down to 20, roughly, depending upon reservation. And 17 candidates score more than 622, that is corresponding to 56,000 rank. So the success rate is either 5.5% or 2.7%. In the entire city. And Patna has 70 centers, 70. I have prepared the
17 candidates got more than 56,000 marks.
So they'll get not in government college, they'll get possibly in a private college, but even government college also.
So 17 candidates scored more than 622 marks, corresponding.
They would get government college, but subject to the reservation. If those 17 are also, some of them may be from reserved category, but we cannot. But one more figure. Sorry, but we put 2733. may permit.
Now, if the number of candidates who appeared this will increase?
Please see, my lord, page 10. We have given that analysis also. Page 11. 11, sorry. 10 is 11, Hazaribagh. Appeared candidates 48,643. Number of centers 70. And out of 48,000, this
Last year, how many candidates appeared from Patna?
Lord, 40,000, page 30, my lord. 40,000 901.
Where do you get the page 30?
30, my lord, from my lord, fifth or seventh line from the bottom, my lord. Bihar, Patna, number of students appearing in 22, 34,000. Yes. Last year, 40,901. It is increasing. 34 becomes 40 and then becomes 48. So that increase is also proportionate every year. Same is the there is an increase 2022 to 2023 to 2024 in almost all cities. And proportionate increase. For example, Hazaribagh, if your lordships were to see page 32, fourth column from the top. Hazaribagh, in 22, the candidates appeared were 1569 in 22. Then next to next column, candidates became 1963. And this year it became 27,033. The success ratio would have jumped. Which I have, your lordships have seen page 10 and 11. The ratio in Patna 3.5. If we go by, your lordships may see, Hazaribagh first 10, page 10. Out of 2,733 candidates, 4.6% are within 1,08,000 bracket. Half of which, according to my calculation, would not get because of the reservation. Subject to they also being from that category, from the category entitled for reservation. And for government seats, the success ratio in Hazaribagh is 2.1%. That again without counting the reservation. And page 11, please see the chart which we have for lordships considered. This is center-wise chart. The success rate is 2. So 1.1. Yes. But St. Xavier's has 6. So it is between 3 to 7. Substantially consistent.
Just one thing I want to point out.
the reference they have taken for this percentage, they start with 12 lakh. Then sometime they come to reference point is 8,000. Reference point is 56,000. Sometime reference point is marks above 622. But this will not lead us anywhere whatsoever. This is all wherever the picture is seen normal, they pick up that reference point and present this data. Not a haystack and 1,000 needles put in here and there, and they say the haystack doesn't seem to be imbalanced. Please.
But the petitioners. We have taken 56,000 and 1,08,000 because the petitioners argued only on that basis that 600 marks, then I'll not get it, more than 600 I'll get it, etc. Please now last come to page 47. Lord, I have given a cumulative chart. What would be the position of the person, of a student who gets a particular mark? And please come to the last column, it's number 115. Just to give a broad outline, 115. So he would stand at serial number.
Serial number 1, mark 720. Cumulative frequency would be 61. What is that? Oh, right, there were those 61 toppers.
Yeah, yes, it includes them.
It includes the 60. Then we deleted the 17 and came down to 54.
No, yes.
Right.
Plus,
initially it was 7. When you deleted the 1563,
Jajjar deleted.
Right.
Come out of Jajjar now. Come to Haryana, then come to India. Friends, I understand his love for Jajjar. Come out of Jajjar now.
Buddha is his loyalty.
Yes, I respect that.
Out of the cumulative, out of the 61, as we were told, are people who get full marks for option 2.
Yes. And what I say, cumulative frequency.
So, if the option 2 as a correct, eventually get 17 students who have 20 out of 7.
Also, yes. That can lead to any market recovery. That's a different question.
If you take away those 4 marks
For option
two and one more negative, so at least 5 marks, 715, and then their rank would accordingly be adjusted.
Because what Tagu district she is right. From 720 to 715.
No, there is one.
And yesterday, of course, we had the figure also, right?
Lord, can we complete this one rather than going into that area, right?
73 candidates, 4,20,070 candidates who gave option 2 as answer. Those 20 were given full marks for that.
Lord, my Lord, assist your lordship.
Suppose we don't answer that right now. You
Right.
don't know.
Yes.
We'll go
Because my Lord, Miss Tanvi Dubey, my Lord, in the morning called me to intimate, to inform me that one boy or girl, my Lord, has approached her that she has got 720 out of 720. So for her, that's 5 marks.
we go to 750.
50. So
Absolutely.
I said that you move the court and whatever I'll make my submissions on that issue.
Can we will hear you for that girl? Huh?
Yes, yes.
Give us the name of that girl and what you are arguing, because we like to hear you, because we have a representative from that area.
Lord, please see 115. What I mean, cumulative frequency. Lord, when I say that I got 600 marks, above me have 30 persons, my Lord, in 30 individuals with 601 mark also. Hypothetical figure. 30 is hypothetical figure because every figure has more than one students getting those figures, my Lord, in a span of 24 lakhs.
Now,
Therefore,
in number 2, Mr. Solicitor, 716 marks.
yes,
Cumulative frequency is 71.
correct, my Lord.
So this will include 71, will include the 61?
61, yes. That is cumulative.
These 71 people would be, say, 716 and above.
Yes. So accordingly, when we were considering the figure of 600,
In other words, somebody who gets 716 would rank as the 71st candidate,
yes, your lordship, sorry, correct.
or between 61 and 71.
Depending upon, my lord, what is the upper position, it would be a total reshuffle.
It would be 14 at item 1, then 44, 10 people at 716, and 288 plus whatever those.
They would be directly
44
impacted.
people.
They would be directly impacted. They will go down.
And interestingly, we are taking 622 as the mark for the 56,000 seats. That will get at seal number 93.
Correct.
And 108,000, let us see now. 108,000 is
130. 130. 570.
How we get it?
This is not what we have done.
What more?
More, my lord.
Now we'd like to, you can take it at your own time, but we'd like you to show us the 1563 candidates.
Yes, it's there. It's there. My lord, we have prepared it yesterday, my lord.
It's here.
It was there, my lord, but
I think it's at page 11 over here.
yes, my lord, but you have done a little better exercise. Page 8, bottom, my lord, your lordship may kindly see.
Page 8, sir.
Yes.
156.
Lord, they were, your lordships are aware, they were given grace marks initially, but was termed as compensatory marks. And thereafter, retest was taken.
They belong to how many centers?
I'll just follow that. There is another 6 centers. 6. I'll give the details the center wise also.
From 6 centers.
Yes.
These were the candidates who were given compensatory marks because they were given the wrong paper.
No, because they could not get 3 hours 20 minutes full time.
And why did they not get the full time?
There are different reasons, but essentially because of the wrong paper being given initially, paper being taken up, and
They were given either the time paper
those,
or maybe also different medium of instruction also.
that is only one case. That is one case.
Savai Madhopur.
Savai Madhopur. Rest are,
And there has been
when we are dealing with,
the examination, that can't be because our court has permitted it.
there is none.
We dismissed the writ petition.
No,
No, we didn't dismiss it.
Your Lordship
we
did not.
allowed to permitted it. To
the challenge was to grant of compensatory marks. So we pointed out
that we are now
that
holding it.
now we are holding a fresh test. So court said now that question does not arise. That's the
Special test held
23rd of June 24. out of 1563, only 813 appeared. And my lord, I must tell you, nothing would turn on this, my lord. But as a piece of information, why, my lord, out of 1563, only 813 appeared? But suppose I am a student, I did not get half an hour out of 3 hours, 20 minutes. I completed my paper, say, in 2 hours. I am a brilliant student. I may not choose to go for and take my chance in the retest. Therefore, the option was that either you accept your result of less time performance, or you are given an option of appearing again. The rest of them chose. Because some may be meritorious, but we can't compel them.
Marks were then withdrawn. Nobody then
Everyone.
those who chose to stand by their original result. That's the original result minus
Minus compensatory marks. So the student will have a choice that minus compensatory mark, I am getting this much. I have performed well. So why should I take a chance or gamble by appearing again? It was a gamble. He could have got more.
Let's say the marks which were given, was it uniform for everyone?
Uniform.
How many marks were given?
Uniform. Proportionate formula. There was some formula as per. Lost.
But everybody didn't get like 4 marks or 5 marks.
No, not a fixed figure. The system applied was same.
The same formula was applied.
Same formula. I'm sorry.
Result.
Yes.
Depending on how much compensatory marks, everybody didn't get the same compensatory
No,
marks.
no.
The same principle was applied.
But
Maybe
whatever
that's how
was given,
those students have either had to appear or have their original result
minus compensatory. Yes. So out of those 1563, 813 appeared. They were not in the first. So out of 156 candidates, 1563 candidates, as on 30th June, 26 candidates equal to or more than 577. That is corresponding to 1,08,000 mark. And success rate is 1.7%. And out of this, 11 have scored equal to or more than 622.
Now, those who remained didn't take the new examination. How many of them got more than 622? Those who didn't take the
We'll check that. Your Lordship, so it must be an interesting figure. Because maybe they didn't appear because they had more than 60.
Then they felt that they had done well enough.
They have done well. And my 6. I can prepare it and give it to you. Because I may get, so for example, I have got 600 marks without compensatory. I might feel that if I reappear, I might come down to 550. So I don't take a chance that whatever admission I'll get wherever, at 600, I'll take that chance. They took that chance. And success ratio is 1.7% in 1,08,000 and 0.7.
This is the 1563 now we've done.
Yes.
Now, which is the next area?
Yes. Next area, before I take your Lordships to the other things, would your Lordships like to see, my Lord, the investigation?
Now, what about the, if they're looking at the data, What about those who were given the Canbank paper?
What happened was, as I have said, we are dealing with 4750 centers. Human errors do occur in few of the centers. One human error
How many
was,
centers was the Canbank paper given?
we have prepared, we have undertaken that
on that
exercise.
actually.
We have undertaken that exercise, yesterday night. There are two categories.
Just one second.
Mail कर दे संजय. 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 4 of this.
Para 3 also. At how many centers?
NEET UG were Canara Bank questions booklets distributed. Question papers from Canara Bank were distributed at 12 centers. Kindly see, out of 4750, out of 12 centers, 4 centers replaced the Canara Bank question papers with State Bank of India question papers. Thus, with the wrong question. Wrong in the sense that it was SBI and not Canara, with the difficulty level being the same. Whoever approached
Candidate answered the Canara Bank question bank.
Yes, but 3307. We have given center wise. And serial number 7 would assist your lordships. The candidate of the above referred centers who answered Canara Bank were evaluated based upon the respective answer key of Canara Bank. Out of 3307, 59 candidates have scored more than 577, which corresponds to 1,08,000, and 17 have scored more than 622. That is respectively 1.7% and 0.5%. These are the students where the center superintendent took a decision that, all right, I have brought a wrong question paper, but let them complete now within 3 hours and 20.
3,307 candidates.
Yes. And next, my learned friend mentioned that this key was never uploaded. That is factually not correct. Serial number 8, the answer key of Canara Bank question paper were also uploaded on 3rd June.
So for 8 centers where the examination took place on the basis of the Canbank question bank, they have been graded and assessed on that basis.
On the basis of the answer, model answers of Canara Bank.
So 3,307 candidates are not assessed on the basis of SBI but the Canbank. The wrong.
In a sense, wrong, yes.
But
both were correct, Bhuvan.
Some moderation being done between the Canbank and the SBI questions.
The report of the expert is that the difficult. report of the expert is that the difficulty level of both the question papers are same. And that is always one of questions are prepared. So that one question paper is not more difficult than the other.
The SBI loan.
Remaining 99%.
Yeah. What is the success rate for the for 622 and above?
But if your lordship sees, there are two perhaps more of this. No. In the main written submissions, if your lordship comes to page 2. But this is total 4.
Yes.
Page 2 of the original, first which I saw. The total number of candidates appeared is 23,33,162. The cutoff marks of
23
candidate
lakhs. 23,000.
162. Where I'm roughly using 24. This is the correct figure, accurate figure. So the cutoff mark, whose rank is within 1,08,000, is 577, which is 4.6%.
4% get at least 577 marks.
Yes, please. And
6,000,
2.4%.
which is 622 marks, is how many is 2.4%.
4%.
So really speaking, then the rate is 1.7% and 0.5%.
Correct.
So the Canara Bank success rate is lower.
Maybe the caliber of the students also needs to be because when the papers are set, the experts are told to set it in such a way that since we have to give last minute option, both must have the same difficulty level. I must
sets of question papers, the instructions to the paper setters that set them at the same level of difficulty.
We have after paper setters, we have moderators.
Nothing can be absolutely perfect, but there'll be some moderators who do even the moderation.
Moderation of the question paper. And for moderating the question paper of both Canara and State Bank, we have the same moderators.
But tell us how Canara Bank question paper distributed in the first place.
That's not. I'll answer.
What is said here in the first two questions? Who authorized the city coordinator for selection of staff?
Lord, please see. City coordinator is authorized by DG NTA in writing. The authorization letter contains the name, photograph, and signature of city coordinator duly authorized by DG NTA. I must tell your lordship, this goes digitally, because it's impossible to send personally to 4,750 students. So he has to take a printout. So he can have 2 printouts. Now this is to enable him to produce the authorization letter to the bank and to ensure that the bank can verify that the same authorized person has come to collect. It is responsibility of city coordinator to distribute the respective trunks containing booklets, each of which are individually and collectively sealed to the respective centers. This handing over by the bank to to city coordinator is recorded in CCTV. As per the practice, the city coordinator goes along with center superintendent as well as an independent neutral observer appointed by NTA for each center, the observer or a lecturer of the nearby educational institutions. Every center has an observer.
So in the morning of the examination, the DGNTA would indicate which is the set, which set is the CanBank set or the SBI set to be taken up.
Yes.
That message is passed on to the city coordinator.
Correct.
And the city coordinator in turn relays it to the center.
He has,
center superintendent.
yes, but he has two options. Either he can go and collect everything and distribute, but generally practice is he calls every center superintendent and the observer to come. They go together and take their respective trunks.
But then that is done. How is it that some chaps have to got
Your lordships are absolutely right, but I put it that way, my lord. He may be having, my lord, both. The authorization, my lord, is not bank wise. Authorization is person wise. Mr. X is authorized.
But the banks are informed by the DGNTA in the morning that look, we are choosing the SBI option.
Please, my lord, I will not, my lord, say anything wrong before your lordships. This should be introduced. The bank should be instructed. Both banks should be instructed that you give and you do
not give. Because they should be centrally circulated to CanBank. I mean CanBank this time. That look, your paper is to be now maintained in safe custody in the bank itself. You will not dispute that 20%.
And SBI should be told that you don't give if somebody comes.
And only SBI papers will be distributed.
Kindly examine from this point of view. Out of 4,750 centers, the rest of the personnel, except these 4-5 instances, the rest of the persons understood the training correctly. They are trained that you have to go to the center. You are informed in the morning at 8 o'clock. So the system as a whole has worked, but except human error at 0.3% for centers. That is 8 centers out of 4,750.
All right. Now we'll go on to the investigation.
Please. Please come to the first report. I'll request for the Lord, I've requested my friend Malord to sit with me so that I can. Mr. Krishna is additional director CBA, and the officer is Malord, the DIG CBA. Both of them Malord have done a wholesome work. Lord, from para 1 to 16.
This is you are reading para now. What are you reading?
The first report. I'm not reading it. I'm just bringing
first report. Huh?
First report. Lord, if a lordship would like to see the sealed envelope, this one.
But paragraphs are all complicated.
No, it is one-time terrible. It's not a glue stick thing.
Yes.
Thereafter, 24 papers are packed in another bag, which is like this. I don't want to demonstrate them. And thereafter, I have explained from page 1 to para 1 to 16 how at different level there are 7 layers of securities. At page 4, one paper. I'll just give for your lordship's consideration. So that after this, your lordships would find what is the relevance in the investigation. I can to give it to my learned friend also. There is now a paper which is exhausted, so there is no difficulty. But the point is, this is one time terrible. If I open it once, it cannot be packed again. Now, every paper has in the middle a unique number. Every student will have a unique number. I'll come to that. Just bear this in mind. Also, one seal here inside.
Inside.
Inside also. Inside, once you tear the plastic,